closing it. I'm just gonna talk.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Off to Broadway, the podcast where we deep dive into anything and everything musical theater from the comfort of my car. I'm Tara.
I'm Stefania.
And we're in person because it's our 100th episode. Woo! Pop your confetti.
Oh, pop confetti. Ready? Are you gonna pop the champagne?
Yeah, we're gonna pop some champagne. We're gonna pop the confetti.
Or.
Wow, that actually popped. I wasn't
It did
expecting
pop.
to pop.
I know, I think I turned it the wrong way.
No, the non-corked.
Look, we buy cheap, but it tastes good.
So welcome to our 100th episode. Technically, it's actually our 101st episode because if you remember, during the pandemic, we had a Broadway breaking news episode, but we chose not to add it to the lineup.
Yeah, it was a bonus episode.
But yeah, can you believe that we're at 100?
No. No, honestly, I cannot. Let's do a toast.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Wow.
Cheers to 100 more episodes.
Cheers to 100 more episodes.
Cheers to 100 more.
Cheers.
That's
straight sugar.
That's good.
Oh my God, confetti everywhere, balloons, sequins. We had to do it.
Wait, I
up.
lost my balloon.
Oh.
I gotta get her. So we were like, what should we do for our 100th episode?
Also, this is our first time back in person.
I know, we haven't recorded back in person since before.
Since the before times. Since we were in the car.
I know.
We've been out of the car, but we obviously see each other all the time.
Yeah.
But
it's been easier to record.
It's been easier.
Over the computer. We don't have to meet
travel
each other in the middle. We live a little further away from each other now.
Yeah.
So it is our first time back in person.
Yeah.
So it is a cause for celebration.
It is for sure. I mean, if you're watching us on YouTube, it obviously looks very extravagant. If you're listening to us on audio, just believe us that there's gold and pink.
We
and
decorated.
everything.
There's decor.
There's decor. Okay. What is the concept of our 100th episode?
Okay, so we were like, what should we do for the 100th episode? It can't just be a regular episode.
Yes.
So
there was a time that it was going to be just a regular episode.
We were like, I think we're over it. But
yeah.
No. One of my favorite podcasts that I listen to all the time is Las Culturistas, and for their 200th episode, they did the top 200 moments of culture.
Yeah.
So we decided to do our top 100 moments of theater of all time.
We've been working up until this very moment.
It's been down to the wire.
It's been down to the wire.
But we have the definitive list of the top 100 things.
We do have
definitive.
the definitive list. We've also given a 5-minute time limit for something here.
So we thought if we just did the list, freestyled it, we would never leave here. We would be here for
be a
days.
5-hour episode.
So what we've decided is we've each been given 5 minutes to talk about anything we want on the list, but a total of 5 minutes throughout the entire episode. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a running timer, and if we want to talk about something, if we want to elaborate on something on the list, we have to start our timer, and we have to judiciously dole out our 5 minutes. So you have to it has to be worth it.
I know. Some of the things are very straight to the point. There's no explanation needed. Then some of the things, welcome to our brains. The 5 minutes is needed.
You need to elaborate.
Yeah.
You need to elaborate.
Yes.
So we each have 5 minutes to dedicate to whatever we want. And hopefully that will make it a reasonably timed episode and easy for Tara to edit. And
for everyone to listen to. So, okay, should we get started?
I think so. I guess I'll start with an honorable mention.
Yeah.
So we have an honorable mention, obviously. Not everything can make the list.
No.
So
even though there are 100 things on the list, not everything can make it.
The list. So the honorable mention is all theater men promptly leaving the stage as soon as the dance break starts. This was inspired by Anne Juliet when during I Can't Feel My Face problem, Romeo just pieces out as soon as the dancing starts.
He's like, I'm good. I'm going to go. But also in every musical number, unless it's Newsies.
Yeah, not at Newsies.
No.
I'm thinking sometimes they go and hang out at the bar. There's a bar at the back of the stage and they go lean against it and pretend to chat with the bartender.
Yes.
Wow, we're not even using the 5 minutes, guys.
No, we're not using 5 minutes because it's part of the honorable mention. But to continue that Anne Juliet talk, Stark does this in Blow because he's the DJ.
Right. He's just like.
So he's not
elaborate dance number. He's just like.
Yeah. Okay, now for the actual list. Are we ready? Our top 100 moments in musical theater. Okay, ringing in at number 100. Idina Menzel coming out in her red Adidas tracksuit for the final performance of Wicked because of like her ankle being broken, ankle injury, and she was not able to perform in the final performance, so she came out to sing like For Good, said hi to the audience, and left. Iconic.
It is iconic.
Yeah.
Number 99, Fosca in Passion.
Nothing else.
No.
Number 98, First Date Last Night from Dogfight.
Oh.
Aww.
Number 97, hi, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray. From her Twitter.
Yeah.
From all of Nikki Blonsky's tweets.
Number 96, slime tutorials. Do we think this needs an explanation? If
No.
you know, you know.
No. If you know, you know. Robert Marcus knows.
Yeah.
Number 95, Kelly O'Hara winning her Tony for The King and I after many much better performances that she'd already done.
Number 94, watching the status of Merrily through de moi anon emails.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this one before.
Many a time. Many a time. Number 93, Michelle Williams' hand gesture in Fosse Verdon.
Number 92, when the lamp in Wait For Me hits Reeve Carney in the head.
Number 91, when the golf cart ran over the curb in Grease Live and Wendell Pierce looked shocked. Actually, I would like to use part of my 5 minutes for this. So I'm going to put it on the clock. I'm going to start my 5 minutes.
Okay. Now.
Okay, this is extremely relatable to me because if you know me, if you've driven with me, I run over curbs all the time. So I felt like I was truly represented in this moment of Grease Live on television. And it is probably the moment of Grease Live that I've watched the most. 15 seconds, pause. Okay. Moving.
I won't use the time for this, but can confirm that and also have been through many a red light with Steph driving.
Okay, maybe one red light with each one.
Okay, number 92. No, number 90. Wow. Number 90. Losing my mind. The wig moment.
Silence. You don't need to use the 5 minutes.
That's it.
Number 89. The Wicked movie actually looking like it's about to happen.
I think I want to use my 5 minutes for this. Okay. Again, we've talked about this on many episodes. We never thought that this movie was going to happen.
I thought it was supposed to come out in 2020.
Exactly. Here we are, November 4th, on date of episode record, and we're in rehearsals in London. Ariana is blonde. And
for what reason? She's going to wear a wig.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I'm going to say right now, but we'll see it when we see it. Okay, number 88. Televising Best Book of a Musical, thinking Tina Fey would win for Mean Girls, and then she didn't.
No, The Band's Visit won.
The Band's Visit won.
And as it won all awards that night. Number 87, I Burn For You, the British musical, subsequent lawsuit, and then subsequent dropping of the lawsuit.
This is very recent.
I'm going to use some of my 5 minutes for that. You know, I love that song. I love that album. It's a great album. It won the Grammy. It's amazing.
Same.
But truly, every day I question who was advising them. Every day I think about them. And about who their lawyers were, who advised them to just throw caution to the wind and be like, yeah, we're going to throw performances. We're going to throw concerts of it. Like, who do you think you are?
But the lawsuit was dropped, so like...
It was dropped, but we don't know what kind of settlement there was.
It's true.
Or what kind of royalties they now owe to Netflix or to Julia Quinn to Shonda Land or whoever.
It's true.
Anyway. Okay, we have 4 minutes and
15 seconds. That was a bit too long of time for that one.
Okay.
Okay, number 86. In the 2018... Oh, I feel like this one is for you.
It is for me. In the 2018 Broadway revival of My Fair Lady, when the entire orchestra comes on stage at the top of Act 2... Okay, we have to use some of my seconds. Okay.
Your 5 minutes is going to run out. We're only in the 80s.
Okay. Literally the most beautiful thing ever. It's at the top of Act 2. There's a giant staircase. Eliza Doolittle's walking down it, and the other side of the stage, the band who's been under the stage the entire time just like rolls out, and it's a huge, like a 30-person orchestra, I felt, and I cried when I saw them come out. I love when the band gets recognition on stage. It was so emotional for me. Amazing highlight of that production of My Fair Lady.
This might be like technically honorable mention, but like there are many band reveals that we could speak to, but this was the one that really spoke to you.
I mean, we love a band reveal, but that band reveal was stunning. They got entrance applause.
Also, I'm just noticing that confetti made it all the way over there. Okay, number 85. Alan Menken and Howard Ashman writing Somewhere That's Green and thinking, that's a great song, and then writing it again for Part of Your World. Look up a songs, listen to it, that's all I'm going to say.
Number 84. The Ratatouille.
Number 83. Renee Rapp, Tattoos. I'm going to use my 5 minutes on this. Renee Rapp... We know. We've talked about over the course of this podcast many times. An icon, a queen. When this song was released on like TikTok and snippets, we were obsessed. Then when the song came out, we were like, wow, I think we know the entirety of the song just based off of those TikToks. We also didn't want to put the Broadway breakups on this list.
No.
So
we're not a gossip podcast.
Just think about that when you're listening to this song.
Number 82, Cinderella West End being a costly mistake, and then Call Me Bad Cinderella on Broadway. Wait, I need to use my minutes on this.
I know what you're gonna say. I know exactly what you're gonna say.
No, I'm actually
at the same time.
I don't know what I'm gonna say, but what I'm gonna do is an impression. She's spray painting.
I thought you were gonna say, I'm not your good Cinderella. I'm your bad Cinderella.
Okay.
Okay, number 81. This is truly a moment in history. Jeremy Jordan not transferring to Broadway with Finding Neverland because he pissed off Harvey Weinstein and then was replaced by Matthew Morrison.
A step down if there ever was one.
A true step down, and props to Jeremy.
Props to Jeremy. I think he was on the right side of that one. Moving on, number 80. Colton Ryan coming to the Mervish season preview, singing Waving Through a Window, and then feeling let down that he wasn't Evan Hansen, only for Robert Marcus to be cast and become an icon to us.
And maybe to like the rest of Canada, but mainly to us.
To all, but to us.
Maybe Robert will appear again on this list. Also, I'm using my 5 minutes.
Use your 5 minutes.
I'm using my 5 minutes to say publicly on this podcast, Robert Marcus is playing Mark Cohen in Rent in Stratford, and I feel like I manifested this on the episode.
Okay, but do we think he knew at the time?
He
was just being like covert?
I think he knew. If you watch back the clip, and maybe I'll post it on our stories again, when I say, I would love for you to play Mark in Rent. He does like a little eyebrow twitch.
We need to look at every facial expression that
he does a little eyebrow twitch, and he's like, I would love to play that part. I was like, oh my god, this was the moment. He knew.
He couldn't tell us. Yeah. He couldn't tell us.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but I would love to see you as Mark Cohen in Rent. So
I would love to play that part.
Right.
I would love to play that part.
Number 79. The Heart of Robin Hood, the play and the slide and the pool.
The pool.
Remember the pool?
I
do remember the pool.
And the slide.
The slide. The set was so good. It was a giant slide, and everyone slid down it.
We should be using our time. But
No.
Number 78. Roy Thompson Hall concerts. Can't wait to see Matt Doyle in the near future. But like Jeremy and Betsy singing a 1 Second in a Million Miles.
Jeremy and Betsy singing Take Me or Leave Me.
That. But also the greatest performance to ever exist. Carrie Manilecco singing The Wizard and I.
Yes, I've never heard that song that good before.
Obsessed.
The dance break in The Music in the Mirror.
That's it.
Move on.
Number 76, Antonio Cipriano running through the aisles of Jagged Little Pill, carrying his clothes while shirtless. And also just the way he says, and yeah, I really do think, in ironic.
Yeah, I really do think. Yeah, I really do think. Number 75, speaking of Antonio, the Jimmy Awards, and specifically the performance of the medley of 5 Thoroughly Modern medleys. Like, essentially, it's not a medley.
I guess it's a character medley.
Yeah, but...
No, they all sing the same song.
It's one song.
And it's the character medleys.
But it's not a medley.
But it's not a medley.
The 5 Thoroughly Modern medleys.
Yeah. Number 74, Stephen Sondheim being extremely specific about the pronunciation of Bobby in the original cast album documentary.
Yes, we're going to use some 5 minutes. Okay. We were just watching a clip of that earlier, and I really just love watching that because we so rarely, I mean, now we see it all the time, but we so rarely get to see artists work.
Yes.
And I think that's one of those things where you can, like, see him work. And I feel similar about like the Howard documentary on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah,
where you can you see Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, who we spoke about, work in that studio, recording that cast album, and it's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I think 5 minutes was too optimistic.
It was really optimistic, but I have 3 minutes left. Okay.
Oh yeah, are only in the 70s.
It's okay.
But this one I know you're also going to use your time for.
Say it.
Number 73, Jason Tam, Every Little Step.
Okay, we're going to be really fast. This is one of those clips where every time consistently I watch it, I cry. He is such a stunning performer in it.
We're getting a phone call. 1 second.
Wait.
Hello? You can send her up. Thanks. Shar is about to join the party.
Okay, wait. My time was going. Okay. I'm pausing it and I'm just going to talk. Consistently, that gets me emotional every single time. And it gets everyone in the clip emotional as well.
Yeah.
And it's just acting.
It is acting.
And it's similarly like bringing you
Speaking of working,
bringing you into the audition process, the rehearsal process.
Yeah.
That documentary is amazing. And also the other iconic part of that documentary, there's many iconic parts, but specifically Tice DiOrio being so bitter about not getting the part.
Oh, yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's true. Okay. Number 72, Glee.
Yes.
But specifically, when the first notes of Don't Stop Believing played in the first ever episode of Glee on May 19th, 2009, the world was never the same.
It really wasn't. It wasn't the same. Number 71. Leah Michelle replaces Beanie Feldstein in Funny Girl, and we enter the Glee multiverse. I'm getting the door.
A few moments later.
Shara, come join us!
Shara's here. Shara's
Hi.
here for... I don't know how many, but for a few. We just announced that... Oh, are you going to do this?
I want to do my popper.
We're going to do our proper. Wait. To
I'm
celebrate.
worried.
And she's got champagne.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Okay, you just
Okay.
walked in at a great moment.
Great, I'm gonna get my champagne.
Yes, please.
Of Leah replaces Beanie in Funny Girl,
Great
and we enter
moment.
the Glee multiverse. Okay, I'm gonna use my 5 minutes.
Please.
The replacement of Beanie, no matter who replaced, was a tragedy because the entire way that it went down was so offensive to Beanie, and yeah,
It's still offensive to Beanie.
it's still offensive to Beanie. The fact that they're even thinking about making a cast recording with Leah Michelle is so offensive.
There's
to
like a
Beanie.
leaked pic of
Ugh.
them in the studio.
Here's the thing: we all knew that Leah would be as good as she is, but it still doesn't make it right. And I'm gonna stop my time there.
And that's all we have to say.
And that's what you missed on Glee.
Do you want to read the next one, number 70?
No, I want to know where you guys are in your timer. How much
no.
time you guys have left?
I have 3 minutes and 22 seconds.
I have 2 minutes and 48 seconds, but that's because I left it running while the
While I was on the
called
phone.
Tara.
I mean, also, could you talk more?
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay. Number
Look,
70.
can I read it? Is it good?
Yeah, number 70.
I don't know if you'll want that
Yeah,
one.
no. I'll put
Okay,
it
I'll
there.
read number 70.
Sorry.
A Strange Loop becoming the 10th musical to win the Pulitzer Prize for drama.
Iconic. Number 69. Tveit, a handsome face attached to a rich lyric tenor, has the contrast of all the sexual charisma of a baked potato. Should we quote who it was?
Yes, please quote. Give her the
Alexis Solowski in her review of Moulin Rouge on Broadway. Anyone want to use their timer for this one?
It speaks for itself.
Okay, great.
Number 69. Number 68. Courtney, take your break. I'm going to use my timer.
I really thought that one was self-explanatory.
It is self-explanatory. I'm using my timer. But I want to talk about, not even talk about, I just want to mention the community theater production of Courtney, where they said, Courtney, take your break. And that's all.
Our mistake, Courtney, take your break.
Number 67 is also yours, and you're going to use your timer again.
Okay. Okay, number 67. When I won HQ Trivia Broadway theme night while I was taking an accounting university class. Okay. We're going to try and explain this really quickly. Remember when HQ was really big?
Yeah.
We all remember. I was obsessed with HQ. I love trivia. So I was taking a university course at the time. It was a night course. It was from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m., but HQ was on at 9 p.m. And it was Broadway trivia night, but it was the night I had class, but I was like, I can't not play Broadway trivia night. So I had to play it in the back of the class with the phone on mute. And then every question I was getting closer and closer and closer and closer. My heartbeat was raised. My heart rate was going so quickly as it was like the 12th question. I had to answer it. And I remember it was a question about Hamilton. It was like, which of these musicals does Hamilton not reference? And I obviously knew what the answer was.
Yeah.
So I clicked it and then I won HQ Trivia, but I couldn't even be excited because I was in like an accounting course. Trying to take notes, not paying attention clearly to whatever my teacher was saying, which turned out fine, I guess. But yeah.
I also have a story about
Pause.
HQ Trivia that I will start my timer for.
Yes.
One time I was at a show. It was about like the war. Jared Klein was in it, friend of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And Corey and I went to see it, and it was HQ Trivia Mean Girls night that night.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like playing. while
That's
we were there.
bad. That's bad.
But that's not even the like funniest part of this day. Someone was drinking water. I'll wait till you swallow. Wow. and she spit her water all out on the woman in front of her head while Corey and I were playing HQ Mean Girls Trivia. What's
I've
reminding
never
me
heard
of
that
that?
story before in my life.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, let me reopen the list. We are on 66. That's Troy Bolton.
Number 65.
Oh, I feel like this is for me.
It's
Actually,
yours.
this might be for Shara.
Sure.
65.
Number 65.
The mid-show standing ovation at Dreamgirls. Yeah. Wait. Oh, first mid-show standing ovation.
It's the first one I ever saw. I don't know if you've ever seen
Amber
the West
Riley.
End. On the West End.
Yeah. I mean, we also had like ridiculous seats.
Oh my
for
God,
that show. We
so
were
good.
in the show, and
Shara's not on timer because she's a guest.
sorry, I
And
can't
she
be.
was
I
the
don't talk
problem.
that
She said
much.
the problem we have.
Yes. Oh my God. And I'm telling you, like mid-show, like I don't even have words. I didn't
know.
prepare for this, but also like that was
crazy.
incredible.
It was crazy. Also, yeah, the seats in the West End, like you can just get so much. This is a PSA for West
value.
End. The value, the ticket prices are so much better there, and you get such great seats for the price of the tickets. So highly recommend.
Absolutely. Go.
64. Number 64. The Proms Macy's Thanksgiving Day kiss. Also the Tonys kiss for the prom, and definitely not the Prom Netflix movie.
No. Number 63.
Give us a reading.
Am I wrong? From the Cinderella 2021 movie starring Camila Cabello and Nicholas Geltstein.
I think
That's his
and
name.
Billy Porter.
Billy
Obviously.
Porter, Adina Menzel.
Oh my God, Adina.
Who's already made the list.
Yeah.
And who else stars in this movie?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Is Nikki Blonsky in this movie? No.
No.
It's Maddie by the
The girl that played her in Hairspray Live.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Number 62, Kinky Boots in Toronto, when Lola said directly to Steph, ladies, gentlemen, and those who have yet to decide.
Amazing. Number 61.
I agree.
Okay, number 61. The Drayton Entertainment production of Ghost, starring Graham Scott Fleming, who we adore.
Speaking of Kinky Boots.
Exactly. Specifically when Sam dies and they drop a dummy from the ceiling as his dead body.
I need to use my timer.
Please use your timer.
That moment was so jarring. It wasn't even funny, but that's not why I'm using my timer. My timer is because we obviously posted on our story that we were there, and Graham Scott Fleming having a full conversation with us on Instagram DMs during intermission, being like, "My voice is off tonight." We're like, "You sound amazing!" Like, truly iconic.
I love when you can tell that they're on their Instagram, like at intermission.
I was about to use my non-existent timer on that to be like, remember how we had a full conversation about him
but
during
the dummy was really everything I wanted and more.
Also, the door.
Yeah, the door.
The door. This is too specific, honestly. Okay, number 60. Go ahead.
Number 60, miscast in general. But to name some of our favorites, Jonathan Groff playing Sutton Foster, doing anything goes.
That is the OG.
That's the OG. And then also I'm impartial to Aaron and Gavin doing Take Me or Leave Me.
Yes. Number 59, when Audrey 2 turns on the audience to eat them.
I think you need to use your timer for this.
I actually do need to use my timer on this, and this is something I've mentioned on the podcast. I have a minute and 52 seconds. And so, okay. We saw Oklahoma the day before, and we saw Little Shop of Horrors the next day, and at the end, they both have kind of the same energy, but also completely opposite energy, because at Oklahoma, it's like so dark, and you're like clapping along to the song Oklahoma, but also like people are covered in blood, and then at the end of Little Shop of Horrors, everyone's like, woo, and the plan's about to eat you. Okay, go on.
Oh, wait, I lost my place. Where were we? Oh.
Number 58.
58. 2021 being the year of the movie musical, In the Heights, Dear Evan Hansen, we'll get back to you. Cinderella, obviously, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story.
Number 57, A Freak Like Me Needs Company.
Number 56, Show People with Paul Wentworth. We love you, Paul. That's all I'm going to say, though.
Wait, I want to use my timer for 1 second. My favorite episode ever of Show People is the Santino Fontana episode. That's enough.
Number 55, Bad Idea Reprise. Should we use the timer?
Use your timer.
The way that this was the most comedic moment in the show and so unexpected, and what you said as like Ogie's best moment.
I hate Ogie, but Ogie's funny.
You have to see it. That's all I'm going to say.
Cats 2019, Digital Fur Technology, and also Beautiful Ghosts.
What about like Butthole Edition?
The Butthole? I forgot about that.
We never got it.
We never got about it, but we did get Judi Dench's wedding ring.
I also feel like you need to do 53.
Number 53, Jonathan Bailey paving the way for Matt Doyle before becoming a Netflix Regency star. That is self-explanatory, and yet...
You're about to use your full minute on this.
I can't, sorry. No, we need to move on. I love you, Jonathan Bailey.
Number 52, Santa Fe from Newsies.
Number 51, Santa Fe from Rent.
Number 50, Diana the Musical.
Let's go. Let's start the timer.
Take it away.
This was the greatest musical of 2021. And there's no competition. Name something greater.
I agree. And I also just want to say that I spoke to someone the other day at work about Diana the musical, and they had no idea that it existed, and I think I convinced them to watch it. So my work is done.
Should we watch it right now?
Yeah.
Should we watch it after we finish this?
Yeah.
Okay. 49. Milky White's death. I specifically in this most recent revival of Into the Woods when Kennedy Kanagawa just drops Milky White on the ground. It's so funny.
The entire puppet just like sprawls its whole body. This one's also yours.
Oh, number 48, standing room at Come From Away, when the usher handed me and my mom tissues because she knew we were sobbing. It was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah. Sure, you want to do 47?
Yeah. Ham for Ham. Specifically, we picked two. My favorite is all-female My Shot, but also one of the best ones is Three Kings of Skylar Sisters.
It's pretty iconic. Ham for Ham was...
Lots of great Ham for Ham.
It was a moment in time.
Amazing.
Number 46. Claiborne Elder getting thrown up in the company box.
Thrown up on
In the company box. And then, over the loudspeaker, tonight's performance is canceled. I'm going to use my timer.
Please.
This reminds me of when we were at Universal Studios and we were sitting watching Sinbad, and literally a firework went rogue, and all of a sudden all of the actors ran off of the like water stage and over the speaker. Sinbad is canceled. And for anyone that's keeping up with Universal Studios, it never came back. So we truly saw the final performance of Sinbad and the
I don't know if it was on the
like
final
lost raider of two.
It was close to the final performance. And also, after they stopped the show, like the actors were done, but they're like,
I'll just let you use my 10. That's
I will. And they're like, now we're going to show you a demonstration of all the special effects. They just sent off all the explosions from the show.
I forgot about that.
In like 30 seconds. And they're like, goodbye.
Anyway, when I saw Company on Broadway, all I could think about the entire opening number was the vomit. So, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Number 45, Happily Ever After, the fireworks show at Disney World.
And then number 44, Finding Nemo, the musical at Disney World. Specifically, Go With the Flow.
Go with the flow.
Great.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for that.
Thank you so much. Number 43, Side by Side with Susan Blackwell, specifically the falsettos version with Stephanie J. Block, Andrew Rannells,
Brandon Uranowitz.
Brandon Uranowitz.
Who else was there? Anyone else?
Yes.
Oh, Sebastian Arsalis makes an appearance to bring his cocks off.
Who am I forgetting? Christian Borle.
Oh, wow. That's truly when we knew who's going to play the dentist in the little shop. He's carving the turkey. Notice that we're not using the time because it's still part of the explanation of
exactly. And Brandon Uranowitz specifically tells the story
of when he came
gay
out.
porn on the computer.
Obviously, we've been hacked. Wow. Number 42, Masquerade and the Phantom of the Opera. You've put 2004. Is there a specific moment from this movie you'd like to discuss?
Masquerade.
No, but like, why
No.
this version?
No.
Okay, great.
It just is. Number 41, during Sunday in the Park with George, when George has almost finished the painting, but then he runs back to take the glasses off the young girl, and the painting is complete.
Wow.
That's it.
Number 40, Jonathan Groff's spit. I mean, you can see it on Disney Plus.
You might get wet.
It's a splash zone.
Number 39, Orpheus Looks Back.
Do you want to do 38 too?
All the way
I feel
back.
like you
Oh,
wrote that.
sure. Number 38, Oklahoma, the first fully integrated musical play whose songs advanced the plot, opened on Broadway on March 31st, 1943, and changing musical theater forever.
What a truly iconic moment in musical theater
It
history.
actually was a truly iconic. This is actually maybe the most serious moment on the list.
Number 37 was also a truly iconic moment in musical theater history.
And it's above Oklahoma being on Broadway. It's above. It's more important. Go on.
In season 2 of High School Musical, the musical series, as we know, that season, not great, but this moment, worth every minute of the entire series.
Yeah.
Ricky and Nene in the treehouse, breaking up, and Ricky saying, I don't want to hold you back, and Nene saying, can you just hold me now?
That was emotion.
The way that we cried on Scener.
We watch it all the time and cry repeatedly.
Also, I'd like to announce that we have still not seen the season 3 finale, and we will be watching it tonight.
We better. Number 36.
Oh.
This is a quote from Ben Platt. The fact that I created the role and workshopped it for 3 years and did all of the out-of-town performances and originated on Broadway and received the accolades that I did And also not really understanding that were I not to do the movie, it probably wouldn't get made. My defensive response is to go on Twitter and be like, F you guys, you don't even know that this wouldn't exist without me. A quote by Ben Platt.
The ego that you have to save that.
Yeah. But it's warranted because of number 35.
Ben Platt, share your address.
Live. Number 34, The Rumble in West Side Story, every version. 1957 Broadway, 1961 movie, 1980 Broadway, 2009 Broadway, 2020 Broadway, 2021 movie.
Specifically 2020 Broadway.
2020 Broadway, I mean, it's related to another moment upcoming on the list.
It's very high on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, number 33, the Broadway.com vlogs. There are many moments to discuss. I'm going to start my timer.
1 minute left, Tara.
My favorite vlog series was not my favorite vlog series. I've seen every single vlog series to ever exist on Broadway.com, but I loved the Cinderella vlog series, specifically for Santino Fontana and his goldfish, Herman. That's it.
Number 32, Scott Rudin. I actually feel like I need to use my timer for that. I mean that in an extremely negative way.
Speaking of Scott Rudin, number 31, when Beetlejuice was evicted from the Winter Garden for the music fan.
Truly speaking of Scott, that man.
Yeah. Wow.
Number 30, CMTB, the Canadian Music Theatre Project from Sheridan College Music Theatre Program that is no longer, because I do not believe Michael Rubinoff is still associated with the program.
No.
And I'm very sad because it was a really wonderful...
Yeah.
I do need to use my timer. I'm really sad because it was a really wonderful way for students to get experience workshopping new musicals and for new musicals to have the opportunity to develop, and especially Canadian homegrown talent.
Also, their Zoom series was great.
Yes, Jordan.
Are you looking for love?
Or do you want to die alone?
Number 29. Sure, you want to give us 29?
Oh God, that's too much pressure.
Okay, Steph, you can give us 29.
People on streets.
Great. Okay, number 28. Brennan Hunt. Rent live, but actually Rent pre-tape.
Just like...
Also, episode 2 for us. That was episode 2.
That was so early. That was so long ago.
Yeah. Okay, you can give us number 26, Shara.
Number 27?
Oh, sorry, not number 27. You can give number 27.
Number 27, Eric Bergen, the personal IT person for all of Broadway.
Give that man an Oscar, Tony, Emmy. What else? We need to EGOT him, but I don't know how.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony?
That's it.
I think he won an Emmy for producing one of those things.
Oh.
I don't know about that, but...
He's not going to win an Oscar, though.
Number 26, Shara. That's for you.
All right. 26, when the Hamilton exhibition was meant to tour, but did not. Just pointing out how big they thought it was. They had to bus you out there from Chicago.
You couldn't park.
I forgot about the bus.
There was these massive parking lots.
Did we park at a football field?
They had football fields.
But then there was
worth
a shuttle.
Of parking. Yeah, they had to shuttle you from the parking lot because they thought there was going to be so
Hamilton
many
in the
cars.
bus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was great, but yeah, it did not tour. Sorry, guys.
Also, we road tripped specifically for that, but then maybe had the best theatrical experience of our lives.
At 6. So worth it.
You'll get there.
Number 25. Wow, this was iconic. At Ellen's Stardust Diner, Steph and I were there after Moulin Rouge in December 2019. We were the last people there. It was midnight, and they started singing... What's that song called? It's not The Confrontation. It's from Sweeney Todd. Whatever the final song is from Sweeney Todd. And the two waiters took ketchup and squeezed it everywhere as blood, and they were like, good night, and then the restaurant closed.
They really wanted us to leave.
Yeah.
Number 24, Spring Awakening starring Leah Michele and Jonathan Groff.
Number 23, Deaf West Spring Awakening. Shar, you can give us number 22.
Community Theater Spring Awakening. Do we use our time
You
for
can.
this?
I mean, you don't have time, so go
That's
for it.
true, actually. Just the incredible experience of sitting next to Venla's uncle, I think.
Cousin?
We think uncle.
Definitely family member.
Who was not prepped for the scenes in Spring Awakening and having a full meltdown at the first, I guess is there more than one sex scene? But when her breasts fully opening, and he'd be like, oh my god, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, audibly.
Audibly, right behind, having a full meltdown right beside us.
Also, I'm gonna use my timer. I only have 45 seconds left. I don't know how I have less time than you. But I just want to say, maybe we shouldn't do community theater performances of Spring Awakening. Or if we do, maybe we shouldn't have sex on stage.
It's questionable.
Or prepare your family members if you're going to be naked on stage. I feel like that's a courtesy.
It was very involved. I was shocked. Okay, number 21.
Number 21, the Laura Osnes controversy which we've actually found out much more information on since it first came out. And maybe she wasn't completely in the wrong, even though she should definitely be vaccinated.
Yes. And also, Tony Asbach is still a saint, no matter if the story was true or not.
Exactly. And the fact that it was so believable that he would have done that speaks to him.
Number 20. Not this.
Number 19. Oh, well, this is really our controversial era of the list. Number 19, a quote from Chad Kimball. Respectfully, I will never allow a governor or anyone to stop me from singing, let alone sing in worship to my God. Folks, absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is not about safety, it's about power. I will respectfully disobey these unlawful orders. As a Christian, I serve the common good by rolling up my own sleeves and relying not on the government to do the service for me. Specifically about being told not to sing
in church
/ spit in church during the COVID-19 pandemic.
He was then kicked out of Come From Away, and we've never seen him since.
Back. Yeah, who knows where he is. He's probably in the circus show with Laura Osmond.
Actually, Laura just came out with like a country album.
She did come out with a country album.
She lives in Nashville now, if anyone's interested.
I'm happy for her.
Number 18. Who do you think you are? Patti LuPone. Now, there are many moments of this, but like, I'll use my timer. The most recent one of, was it the woman who's wearing a mask?
Yes, but we have to get to number 17.
Oh, sorry.
Number 17. Chris Harper pays my salary. Who do you think you are?
Oh yeah, the story.
It's all one.
It is all one, but they are two separate moments because you can also buy a shirt currently from Today Takes that says Chris Harper pays my salary, and I almost bought it for Steph's birthday. But this was wow. I only have 20 seconds left, and I'm wasting it right now.
Use it. Make it count.
A woman was wearing a mask, and then she said below her nose, Patty asked her to put it up, and she's like, "You can't tell me what to do. I pay your salary." And then she said, "Chris Harper pays my salary."
And then he said at the Tony Awards, he's like, "I'm very happy to pay
when the company won like best revival, and all the producers were on stage.
I lost my place.
Number 16, Adele Dazeem. Now, is this a moment in musical theater history? Yes, because it's Idina Menzel, but yes, this did happen at the Oscars.
It's, I think, a moment
in
of
history.
Yeah, it's true.
Important.
Unrivaled. Number 15, Summer, Donna Summer musical. So many things we could discuss. But I want to talk about the Cars. Well, not even talk about, just mention the Cars. The like applause track that can only be heard from the last few rows of orchestra, but we heard it vividly.
Yeah. And
also the projections of just like a picture of a lipstick on the screen.
While she was apologizing to the gay community.
Yes, Donna Summer was dead at this point, so
sorry, not her. Well,
the actress was apologizing on Donna's behalf
to the
gay community. Yeah, and also that fact that we were 5 songs in, and I'm like, well, we must be almost done.
I would also like to announce that currently in the back of my car windshield, the summer playbill just lives there. I'm never taking it out.
No, it must be there. Number 14, Shara. Okay, number 14, Bend It Like Beckham the musical.
Like the one we saw in Toronto?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
How did you forget
about that?
I
actually feel like the timer might need to be used because I don't know if we've ever publicly talked about this.
We haven't. You didn't want to. I have 1 minute and 8 seconds left.
I didn't want to.
I specifically remember 1 minute and 8 seconds. I'm going to use my entire time. I specifically remember it was our year in review for 2019, and I was like, "Let's talk about Bend It Like Beckham." And Tara was like, "No."
I remember this. Why?
You're like, "No," because it was so bad.
And here we are 3 years later, and I'm ready to try.
We have distance now. It was literally one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
I told this to someone the other day. I was like, "You want to hear the worst show I've ever seen? Bend It Like Beckham the musical."
It was so bad, and also predatory. So predatory.
Yeah.
In the movie story.
No, but in the movie it doesn't feel predatory. Maybe just because they all like feel a little bit older. Keira Knightley wasn't old, but they feel older. But
it did feel.
It felt so predatory.
The coach, yeah.
I was like, get away from this man.
You know who was in the audience? Vikram Vij. Remember that?
Well, yes, because we were there on media night. Yeah. And also,
maybe that's also why I don't want to talk about it.
Gurinder Chadha, the director of the movie, was there and she introduced it.
Yeah.
And because it had played in the West End previously, starring Jamie Campbell Bower.
And I feel
I really appreciate that you're like draining your time.
I'm draining my time. This is important to talk about.
We decided off the mic that the top 10 we have no timer for.
Okay. I have 9 seconds left and I'll use it judiciously. Okay.
Wait, to finish that sentence, apparently in the West End it wasn't as like everyone loved it there.
Well, they have weird taste in the UK.
And also it wasn't like, what was the what was the company? Do you remember?
I don't.
We saw it at like
I don't
the
know
Sony Center's like
one of their
smaller theaters. It was a very small theater.
Or Meridian
There was
Hall,
one memorable song.
Yeah, the act one finale.
And that was it. Costume's beautiful.
Yes. I wish there was more Bollywood influence. Like, there was some, but not enough.
No, not enough.
Okay. Keep it going. Number 13.
Number 13, 6 in Chicago. I mean, that began the love affair of 6. Also, never will forget that I sat beside John Cariani, who was obsessed with Get Down. He asked us to move. Friend. Yeah, and I moved. I also Googled him while sitting beside him, so I could confirm it was his face.
Who was that man? Remember when we saw A Boy Falls from the Sky, the Jake Epstein show, and we needed to ask the people to move so that we could sit next to each other, and then no one showed up next to us, and we didn't have to ask them to move at all?
I feel like that could have been on our list.
That could have been on our list.
Not that specific moment, but like Boy Falls from the Sky, Jake Epstein.
Really wonderful. Really wonderful show.
Also, just to say on 6, all of the original queens are leaving in December because Andrea Mackisset is starring with Robert Marcus in Rent.
It's all coming back around.
The way that I sat outside, you can cut this, but the way that I sat outside reading Game of Thrones while you guys were
This was your choice.
Look, there was 2 tickets. I didn't know what I was missing. It's fine. Now I know.
Number 12, Ghost Quartet, Hero. Specifically Toronto version where it's like the harmony, the 2-part harmony.
Should we expose what we have?
Yeah, expose it. Everything's coming out here because we're gonna expose something else we have here.
Oh yeah, that's true. This might be illegal, but like we paid for the tickets. Yeah. So we saw Ghost Quartet. Also, as you know, I have 7 seconds left. My timer is done. We saw Ghost Quartet in Toronto. What year was that? 2019?
Probably 2019.
Yeah. At Crow's. It was great. And then the following year, was it like Halloween time?
Yeah.
They put a filmed version on that Steph and I watched. We bought tickets for it, and I screen recorded Hero, because truly the one that's on the cast recording is not as good.
No. Toronto was the best. Haley Gillis. I don't remember the other girl's name, but Haley Gillis.
Haley Gillis.
Tara, read number 11.
No, I don't want to read number 11.
Tara, read number
11. Major thing in our history is Tara coming up with
in world history.
In world history, I apologize. Is Tara coming up with the idea to start this podcast?
I'm going to use my remaining 9 seconds for this.
Wow, I hope you only use the 9.
Doing this podcast has been one of the joys of the past 4 years, let's say, and it has been joy. The timer's going off, but my phone's on silent. And it has been such a joy to get to spend so much time, so much with Tara, really,
so much with me,
but with all 3 of us, it has been so much fun.
What most people don't know is that when Steph and I record, we're not just hopping on here and recording for an hour and leaving. We are doing our makeup together. We are recording for 2 hours that I'm cutting down to 1 hour. And then we're staying on to talk about everything else that's happening in the theater world for an additional 2 hours.
Watch
so
TV together.
A 5 to 6 hour experience every time we record, so
which is why I can't attend every recording.
Char would come and just be like, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I don't have a 6-hour commitment.
Okay, we're moving our computers everywhere. The makeup starts in the bathroom. I end up in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens.
Okay, wait. Let's top up the champagne for the top 10. It's important.
Wow, we made it.
I was gonna say this is the shortest episode ever, except that we haven't even.
We're about to hit the top 10.
Well, now you don't have timers, so.
Yeah, now we get to really.
Sorry
go
to
off.
Everybody. Okay, here we go. Number 10. Speaking of illegally ripped audio, did we tell him this when we recorded?
No, we definitely did not tell him this.
I thought about it. I thought about telling Robert Marcus this. As you all know, we love Robert Marcus.
Loved it.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the highlights of this year, I mean, for me, but I think, for the podcast was, getting to speak with Robert Marcus.
He was so wonderful.
Yeah, and...
beyond expectations.
We had, a great, on-air interview with him, but then he stayed to talk to us for an hour after about the industry, and he is a theater nerd, just like us, which that was amazing. But we've talked about this on this podcast many times, the Up Close and Musical series that Stratford released during the pandemic, and Robert Marcus's concert specifically, and... The Joke.
Yeah, him singing The Joke.
By Brandi Carlile. I have it ripped. Steph has it on her phone. I have it on my phone, on my computer. I listen to it almost daily.
It's gorgeous.
So good. That was number 10.
Number 10. Number 9. Everybody wants a thrill.
Working hard to get my fill. Everybody
Wesley Taylor, we miss you. Where are you at?
Wesley Taylor, we do miss
Come
you.
back to Instagram. Start releasing more videos of yourself as a child.
Yeah. New Year's 2019, we were all at Steph's house, and then Shar, you didn't stay over because I feel like you were working or something.
No, I was jet lagged.
Oh yeah, you just came back.
11:30.
Yeah, you were jet lagged. I slept over at Steph's, and between like 3:30 and 4:30,
we were trying to fall asleep.
all we did was watch Wesley Taylor videos on
Broadway.com
YouTube.
show, like weekly show video where he's eating the salad.
We also watched R.I.P. Broadway First Dates with him and Isaac. But we watched the Rock of Ages Tony performance like maybe 10 times, and specifically Everybody Wants a Thrill.
Which he doesn't sing in the show.
No,
it's just
he
on the
was
Tony
serving in
performance.
that Tony performance.
Have you ever seen? I think it was like when he was doing Alice by Heart, and he would just what's her name? Natalie.
What? No, not
No.
Liz. I know who you're talking about. Wow, miss her. Where has
Where
she
is
been?
she? Where is she? Anyway, he was like upside down rehearsing Alice by Heart, and she's like, "Do it," and he's like, "Everybody."
Oh, I never saw that.
It was amazing.
I've never seen that.
He's like upside down on a pole.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, number 8. This has been mentioned many times, I feel like, in the last year.
Yeah.
Julia Murney singing Nobody's Side.
Never take a stranger's advice.
Never let
Never let a friend fool you twice.
Yeah. Nobody's on Nobody's Side.
Specifically the rehearsal video.
Someone told me the other day that chess should be revived, and I had to like do a double take because I was like, you know what chess is? Yeah.
I've never seen chess.
I saw it.
I just know Nobody's Side.
Nobody's on
And obviously One Night in
Nobody's
Bangkok.
Side. Yeah, that video's iconic. She's in like jeans and a tank top and her lanyard and just killing it.
Amazing. She's a star. And remember when we saw her also at that concert with Carrie Manolakos and she sang Defying Gravity?
Yes.
She was great. Number 7,
Wow.
backstage romance at Moulin Rouge in Boston during that out-of-town tryout.
We'll never be the same. We are never.
No.
We'll never be the same. We aren't the same.
No, it was shocking.
Many things from the Boston tryout of Moulin Rouge, specifically like Shake It Off. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the other day, which I think I cut out of the episode, but like the Satines during Chandelier.
Yes, all the ensemble girls like came out dressed as her as the Green Fairy.
Aaron and Karen coming down from the ceiling for curtain calls.
Yes.
That does not happen anymore.
I think it was like too fast for them to get around.
And then that stage door experience was wild.
That was the craziest stage I've ever been to.
Yeah. A lot of people had seen Aaron in Company
Yes.
like 2 years before or something
we were
like
talking,
that.
I think at like Barrington Stage. We were talking to someone at the stage door who'd seen him in Company.
It was truly like the best out of town. Well, actually, 6 was like pretty high
6
on the
was
out of town
crazy,
too. We've been really lucky to see some like amazing out of town to Broadway tryouts, which our show will be on the list in a minute.
I was gonna say, have we seen a bad one? But you saw Ain't Too Proud.
I saw Ain't Too Proud. Well, Aladdin was not good.
You're right. Aladdin was kind of bad. So
yeah, but it's doing well now, and they have a show globe now in
do they
Times
really?
Square. Yeah.
Do they really? Oh, cute.
Number 6. Speaking of iconic, Isaac Powell's knee injury on stage during the Rumble in West Side Story.
The night we were there.
I think about this moment all the time because had we been there 24 hours before or 24 hours after, we would have not seen the glorious performance of Isaac Powell. And spoiler, his Maria is on YouTube.
The extremely short-lived performance of Isaac Powell as Tony.
Tragic.
Yes, I do think about it all the time because just trying to like place exactly what happened.
It was the rain.
It was the rain. It was very slippery. And also not realizing he got injured, thinking it was a character choice for a while.
Yeah,
thinking he's
Tony
like,
has a limp.
He's limping because he was in a fight. That makes sense. And then when he has to be helped off stage after curtain call.
Do you think it was like a knee on knee with another like cast member?
I think it was maybe just like a twisted moment.
Yeah, we're not
like, or just like
we also
he fell and it just went the wrong way.
We knew at the curtain call for sure because like Shreen Pimentel was like holding him up, and then he also never left the stage door.
Yes,
so we knew that something was going on.
Do you remember like a week later? What's his name? Ben Cook, like dislocating his shoulder or something,
and then was not
and then
asked
like
back
never
for
being asked
production.
back. Yeah.
Wow, what's Eva Von Hope working on right now?
What is Eva Von Hope working on right now?
We know Isaac's busy doing American Horror Story.
I think that's finished filming at this
point.
It
is, but like we miss you on Broadway.
We do miss you on Broadway. Number 5, when Stephanie J. Block eats the banana in I'm Breaking Down, she just shoves that chunk of banana into her the side of her mouth, and then she just keeps singing.
The only thing that's breaking up is my family, but me, I'm cracking down.
An honorable mention subtitle to that one is when she justifies the beans.
Justifies the beans. I just want to say, when I saw it, I was sitting next to my brother Corey, and as soon as that moment happened, he was like, there was a little wicked in that. I was like, yes, there was.
She justified the beans.
She justified the
No
beans.
one else justifies the beans like Stephanie justifies the beans.
No, Sarah justified the beans in a very soft way.
Yeah, it was really like sweet.
But no one justifies like Stephanie.
No.
If the end is right, it justifies the beans.
Number 4, Bret Michaels almost being decapitated during the 2009 20 Awards opening number. I can't believe that this is this high on the list.
What's more iconic than this?
Like, we talk about it all the time.
I mean,
What's
there's
more
3
iconic?
other more iconic
No,
moments.
but that's it. Nothing's more iconic than this. It's so memorable. It's so memorable.
We even did a full episode on the 2009 Tony
Okay,
Awards
just
because
talk about
of
this.
this.
It's so memorable. It's vivid in my mind. He did not go to the dress rehearsal, so he was too busy. Like,
Was Poison there with him, or was it just him?
no, Poison was there. Poison
Oh.
was there. And then, I mean, truly a flashback. But were you watching Celebrity Apprentice at the time?
No.
Okay, I was watching Celebrity Apprentice at the time, and so he filmed Celebrity Apprentice. Then between filming it and the finale, which was like a live finale, is when this 20 award situation happened. So he showed up, and he shows up to the live finale where he was in the finals, and he's like, I've had a brain injury. But anyway,
That's not funny.
He ends up winning the Celebrity Apprentice out of, I think, pity
Oh no.
by Donald Trump.
Who else was on that season?
I don't remember who came in
I really only watched the
second.
Kevin Jonas season when he
He went home pretty early.
did Pie Face in New York.
He went home pretty early.
Yeah,
Kevin
I know.
Jonas. Honestly, Celebrity Apprentice is terrible, but also was great. And
Every reality TV show is terrible. It's great.
yes, this one is specifically terrible for extremely obvious reasons.
Well, yeah.
But also amazing moments.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3. Is that by me? The first Toronto preview of & Juliet, also the energy of media night.
We've obviously talked about this many times. And I recently said to you, Steph, and I wholeheartedly stand by this, & Juliet on Broadway is my show. So, anything that happens to it, it affects me personally.
Anytime someone doesn't like it,
I'm like, how dare you?
It feels
I'm
like
hurt.
insulting me.
Every time that there's a rave review, I'm like, that's my cast.
Those are my people.
Yeah.
Those are my friends.
Yes, since the last time we talked about & Juliet, the new cast recording came out. It's amazing.
The string section.
The string
In
section in
Domino.
Domino. I just remember, there were certain moments of that Toronto show, vocal moments that I remember vividly, and I couldn't wait to hear them again. One being, Betsy Wolfe in Blow, Philippe Arroyo in Confident. Also, that riff in As Long As You Love Me, when he says the word blind, it's a dirty riff. It's so good.
People say I'm crazy and that I am blind.
And yeah, I just feel like any success, any time, like you said, that someone doesn't like it, it personally affects me. So, yeah.
Number 2, Tara.
Number 2, wow.
I need to put the drink down so you can do the hand gestures.
Cynthia Erivo singing I'm Here, edited with Oprah.
When Oprah grabs Stedman's hand, we all grab Stedman's hands.
It's true. Also, we didn't realize that this video, I think we did say this on an episode of the podcast, but this video was edited by one of our favorite people on Twitter, Ryan Bloomquist.
Where's he at on Twitter? Haven't seen him recently.
Tim posted about him recently because he works for Broadway Up Close.
Oh, really?
Because he was something about his Halloween costume, but now I can't remember what the Halloween costume was. Anyway, that video, iconic. Every time during the early days of the pandemic when Steph and I would have our senior parties to watch Love, Victor and High School Musical, we would always end the night by watching I'm Here. I can't believe I forgot about this moment and that it wasn't on the list immediately.
I had to put it on the list.
Also, the vocal performance of her life.
Yeah, she's great. But it's so
It's not
serious.
even the moment, though. It's not even, Oprah wasn't even there for this.
No.
This
So
is
basically,
Cynthia Erivo singing on,
she's on
Letterman?
Stephen Colbert.
Yeah,
She's on Colbert, and Oprah saw Jennifer was at So it was when Oprah was at was honored at the Kennedy Center.
Yes.
And Jennifer Hudson sang "I'm Here."
Yeah.
So she was reacting to Jennifer Hudson singing it, but they edited together Cynthia Erivo's performance of it with Oprah's.
I also feel like
actions.
It has like 2 million views on YouTube. 2 million of those. Sorry, 1 million of those are ours.
It's us.
It has 2.7 million views. Yeah, it was a performance on Stephen Colbert promoting the color purple. We have an ad right now. Otherwise, I would show you Oprah and Stedman. It is like, it's a slow burn of a video, and I'm obsessed with it.
No. It's stunning because it's serious and gorgeous, Cynthia Erivo, but the comedy of Oprah coming in and her just...
Oh my god, it's
reaching
so
back.
good. But yeah, just like watching it like weekly. Here we are.
And then we would watch it on Scener, and then we'd both just be like...
For YouTube viewers, this is the shot. I'll actually just insert the entire video.
And now here's a 4-minute clip of Cynthia Erivo.
We will be taken off of YouTube, but maybe it's worth it.
Tara Reid, number 1.
Oh my god, number 1. This was put on the list like immediately. It's also something that we've talked about many times before, and it will never get old. It will never be topped. And it's Wilhelmine Verkuyck's final Defying Gravity. Now, Shar and I actually saw Wilhelmine Verkuyck.
Not this performance, though.
No, not this
No.
performance. When we saw Wicked on the West End, and like she gave a great performance,
decision.
but not this performance.
No. It's the like defying.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. Yeah, I don't know like what she's doing vocally, but whatever she's doing, like she needs to continue. Also, like where is she right now? Actually, I feel like I read about her
She's
recently.
resting.
That performance was like 10 years ago. I feel like she
Not
is the
10 years ago.
She is the Dutch voice of
Like
Elsa.
Yeah, but they're not making another one. That was 5 years ago.
No, but like maybe they just like need her. She literally was she doing Come From Away in like Germany or something like that?
I don't know.
That
I don't know
sounds
what
like
she's
I'm
doing.
making it up, but it also sounds correct.
Defying.
Wow,
That's my riff.
You've really hit it.
Again,
Me and Filippo
she's
Royo.
practiced.
You and Felipe Arroyo.
We're gonna do a duet.
Yeah, it's truly iconic. If you've never seen it, here's the moment.
In all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was is ever gonna bring
And then you can also watch it every single day for the rest of your lives.
Yeah.
Like
As
we
do
do.
we.
Yeah, it's amazing. Wow, I can't believe, can you believe we hit 100?
No, because it took us more than the time that we recorded this episode to make the list.
Look, it was a very detailed list because it's the definitive list.
It is the definitive list. I feel like this is an ever-growing definitive list. There's always things
We can always add.
What happens when we get to 200?
Oh god.
We're gonna come up with something different.
We will repeat the first 100 and then
Yeah,
we'll add
we're
another
gonna add.
100.
We'll do a new definitive list.
Great.
We should keep an ongoing list and add things as life goes on.
Yeah, we can. I mean, the doc is available.
The doc is a living document.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our 100 moments in theaters. There's no obsession this week because that is
It's a giant
the
obsession.
But just to say that, like, I can't believe that we've made it to 100 episodes. Our first episode was, oh my god, what was the day?
2019.
But like, what was the exact day? I want to say
We
February.
released it end of January, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was end of January. We've talked about this before, but we did a bunch of like tester episodes in the back of the car. Obviously,
With,
we've
like,
been
the
out of
tiny
the
little
car.
mic.
Yeah, like a different
It
recorder.
needs like holding between
That was
you
actually
two.
the best mic we've ever owned because
Really?
that's a real expensive
It's a
mic.
really expensive mic.
And yeah, like we were moving in the car at one point, and then obviously stationary was the correct way to do it, and now we've been doing it remotely. And yeah, this is our first episode back together. I'm sure there'll be more episodes back together in the future. But yeah, 100 episodes is a lot of episodes.
It is a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of episodes. There's a lot of ideas that I don't think we always have. So
no, definitely we don't always have them. And it's been hard in the pandemic specifically.
I think the pandemic was easy.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think really like sometimes keeping motivation and inspiration in the pandemic was hard. But I'm so happy that it was always like a home base that we had to come back to.
Wow.
Every week, every few weeks.
Yeah, our first episode was January 30th, 2019. Wow. So we are approaching 4 years of this podcast.
Yes. Because we do about 25, 26 a year.
Crazy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And also I feel like so much has changed in the last 4 years.
Oh, for sure.
Not just with the pandemic, but like career-wise for both of us. And
yeah, we're both in
all three of us, actually.
Careers. Everyone.
Yeah. So to find the time and to make the time and to like have all of these ideas has been insane, but
I feel like it's just also been a constant, right? Like whatever else going in our lives, like we still go see shows. Like, I mean, even the pandemic, like we still managed to see some live theater online or whatever. And
I was 25 when we started this, and I'm 29 now.
Whatever that.
The Mamma Mia birthday is in the works.
It's happening.
It was discussed on this podcast last year.
My friend was like, "Are you doing that?" I'm like, "You clearly don't listen to the podcast."
Yeah. But yeah, just want to say thank you to everybody who has been there since episode 1 and who is still there at episode 100, and
thank you to a new listener who's popped in at any point.
So and anytime that anyone sends us like any podcast ideas, like we're always happy to do episodes on them. So keep sending ideas. Keep letting us know your thoughts on everything that we talk about, and if you see a show and you love a show and you want to share your opinion, like we love to hear it. So thanks again for listening to 100. Hopefully there's 100 more. We'll see about that.
I don't know if I can make it to 30
in 4 years from now.
33.
We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll be like the biggest.
Yeah, we're gonna be the biggest Canadian musical theater podcast.
Wow, maybe.
I think that's a goal.
I think we might be one of the only Canadian musical theater podcasts. And if there is any moment that you think should have been on our list.
That's really what I want, because we were saying like 2 days from now.
Excuse me,
oh my
this
God.
is the definitive list.
I'm so sorry.
It's our definitive list, but like maybe someone else has a moment for
this is true.
For the definitive list. Or if you agree with our moments, specifically like the top 5, let us know. And you can subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We'd really appreciate it if you left us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts. And you can also watch us on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe.
And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Off2BOA Podcast with the number 2. And we always love to read a comment or a DM or a tweet.
And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.